Here we go for a quick trial run on Webscorer. Here we are on the home page, and we're going to race with the start list. Then we download the start list from Webscorer, my posted start lists. I have a very large start list here at the top. I'm going to download that. These are all the virtual attendees, virtual to physical. The start type is wave. The wave start is interval. Lap setup. It's going to be multiple distances. We don't need to record lap times. We have a 5K. There should also be some cadets on this race. So if there were, the setup will be a little different because the cadets go at a different time interval. Down here for each racer require these things. That should be fine. We just accept. Results option. Overall by gender. We don't group overall by gender here. It'll show the gender. So we turn that off. Category setup. Those are all coming in from the start list automatically, whatever values we have. Set the start wave to be the same. Here we only have 5K, but there would also be a cadet item on the list there if I had people set up for cadet in the start list we're looking at. Here is the whole virtual attendees on the running race, 96 racers. I will refresh this from the latest registration file. I think a number of more people have registered since then. Now we go to start times. This is where if there was a second wave, we'd have the opportunity to set in a different start time. So normally the cadet would start right at 6, and then we wait a little bit of time. I forget if we wait 10 minutes. I think we only wait 10 minutes. I think we wait 15 minutes. And then the second race starts 15 minutes in. So you hit start, and then it starts the timing for the cadets. And then automatically 15 minutes later, the timer goes off for the next group. I'm not going to wait that long, so I'm just going to set this group at 1 minute delay. And then we're going to go to start the race. And here we go. So start race clock. And then you can see the 5K is going to start 1 minute in. So pretend I'm starting the cadets. And then you'll see that there's no runners on the list. And then the rest of the racers will come roaring in. Start race. The race clock is going. So you can see the next wave will start in 52 seconds. That would be normally 15 minutes. And this race clock would be going, and there would be quite a few racers on the list. So I'm going to continue on the bottom. It says tap race control button to control the race. You can restart, you can finish, you can hold. I think that's probably all we do. When we get to the end of the race, you come here and you say finish race. So we'll do that when the time comes. We have 18 seconds till the start of the next race. The race director should be at the starting line, counting people down, saying racers 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And all the racers start racing. And you can see all the racers that were set up for 5K. The 5K wave has just started. And this page holds, I don't know how many people this page holds. Whoops, I accidentally clicked on something. Cancel tap. Yes, cancel tap. So I might have screwed some stuff up already. This is a good opportunity to know not to click on stuff you shouldn't. So we'll go to fast tap view. And here we go. I already messed this one up. So here what we're going to do is try to delete cancel entry number 1. What I did was touch on the sequence number 1 and then cancel yes. And she should go back on the list. So here we go. A lot of people on the screen. So we're not going to time it that way. We're going to time it this way. So you type in the number. First you tap the stop at the top, and then you type in the number, and it will save them. So I'm going to hide the keypad for a minute and just look at what we have here. We have racers going from 1 all the way up to 196. So I'm going to pretend that racers in the 200 range are the ones that registered night of. So if we were in this format, what you do, here comes some people across the finish line, and you tap this thing on the top. Pretend 3 people are coming. And first racer, boom. Second racer, boom. Third racer, boom. Okay, now, hey, bib recorder person, what were those bib numbers? And they say, oh, it was 139. And then on the screen here, I can type 139, and you see it fills in on the finish list. Oh, and it was 123. And then the last one was 151. And then they say, oh, shoot, wait, no, it wasn't 151. And I'm like, oh, well, who was it then? And they say, well, it was 160. So you touch on the bib number on the results down here, and then you say swap bib. And now we touch 160, and you can see that swapped in. It's yellow on the screen. It gives me 5 seconds. So you can always swap the bib number by touching the bib number. Now, if we say, oh, shoot, I hit the stop too early for Tim Richmond there, number 160, you could touch on the race clock. You can actually adjust the race clock. Instead of 2:28, no, he came in 1 second later, 2:29, enter. So you can see we manually adjusted his time. So now the better way to record results is this way. So we're going to be sitting here and say, okay, people are coming across the finish line. Oh, and this is the only way we can record results with this screen for the racers that are registered night of, because they're not in the start list. They're not in the series, so they're not in the start list. So now here come 2 more racers. Okay, ready, stop, and the next racer. Okay, well, I saw the first racer. He was number 128. So I just type in 128, enter. And you can see that's Luke Bueller. That fills in. And now the next racer, we say, oh, well, he was number 206. 206, and we'll see what happens. It gives you this error. So this is saying, hey, it's unknown racer. Once you find out who this is, you can drop in the racer's detail by tapping on the green arrow. So we say record bib. So that's the night of racer. Now pretend a few more night of racers are coming in. And we say, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're like, okay, here's the 4 racers. Okay, finish line person, what was their numbers? It was 245. We got that error message again. It was 247. And you just hit accept. This is helping you know that it was a night of registration. Not that it matters that much. And now pretend this other one is 156. Enter, and you can see it just fills right in with the person. And then 204, enter, and it's going to say, oh, unknown racer. And this is where we have to fill in those results later. But we've got the timestamp of when they finished and the race number. And now, once in a while, we would say to the person writing down bibs, hey, person writing down bibs, how many people do you have finishing so far? Oh, I have 9. And I look at the sequence number on the left and I see, oh, good, I have 9 also. If he says he has 10, and the template that we have is numbered, if he says he has 10, I say, oh no, who did I miss? So then you can reconcile the numbers that he thinks you missed. And then in fact, you could enter those numbers in. And let's say he says, oh, after 128, Luke Bueller, somebody else finished 1 second after him. So I could just hit the record a time. And then I could say, well, who finished after Luke? Oh, it was number 129. 129. I type in the bib. It says it's Ezra. And now I can just adjust his race time back to when, I can adjust his race time by touching on the yellow race clock and adjust it back to 3:58. So touch on that, 3:58, enter. Beautiful. So now I fixed Ezra. He's sequence number 10 on the finish order. So now I have a total of 10. He doesn't move actually up, but I think it reorders if you switch views. You go to normal view and then back to fast tap view, keypad view. Ezra's still at the bottom. I guess it doesn't matter much. Now somebody comes across the finish line and says, oh shoot, I got a flat tire. Well, we're running here, so I don't know. My shoe fell off. I can't finish the race. I'm going to DNF. And we say, okay, we can DNF you. There's actually a button down here. It says Mark Racer, DNS, DNF, DSQ. It's right in the middle at the bottom. I touch on that. Actually, I need to go back to hide keypad. Now I say DNS, and now I switch to DNF, and then I'm going to find the racer and say, oh, well, what was your number? And oh, I was 164. 164 is now entered in as DNF. I'm going to go back to the keypad view, and these adding a DNF does not increment the sequence of number of people that cross the finish line. Well, because they didn't cross the finish line. But in fact, if you want to go and see the DNF confirmed, on the upper right it says results. You click forward. Actually, I forget where to go. Start list, race control. So on the bottom, I'm going to click start list. That's not it. Race timing. I'll have to figure out where you go. But there's definitely somewhere that you can go while you're running the race. Show splits. Oh, look, and there's the DNF. So show splits, hide splits. Okay, well, whatever. So it's not that important, but if you want to confirm that you got the DNF, that's where you would go. So now I'm going to go back to my keypad view. We're going to keep entering people as they cross the finish line. Here one comes. Finish, 154. Here's another one. I can see him. He was 138. Now, let's try something so you know what's going on. If I see another one coming and I'm like, oh, here comes number 128. I hit finish 128 and it says, wait, Luke already finished. He finished at this time. Do you want to switch? And I'm like, oh, shoot, no, I didn't mean 128. I hit cancel and the bib clears out. Now I type 129. Whoops, I did 139. And then I say, hey, he already finished. You crazy person. So what actually was the bib number? So I'll have to come back later because we can't figure out the bib number. So what you do is, to move on, you type no bib and you move on. Now once you find out what the bib is, you touch on where the bib number should be and then you type in the correct bib number. Oh, he was 161 actually. Good. Okay. So now here comes somebody else. They're an unknown racer. That's fine. In the 200 range, that's where the night of registration people were. 298. Yep. And then here comes 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we type in their bibs in sequence. 103, 104, 105, 106. 54. Oh, there's no such thing as 54. So we're like, oh yeah, wait, 154. Oh, we already had him earlier. Maybe it was 155. Yeah, so it kind of catches you on a lot of different things. 209. Oh, bib already entered earlier. Whoops. 289. I'm just making numbers up. Unknown bib, yes, 290, record bib, good. Now we did DNF, and now what we're going to do, so anybody that DNFs actually showed up for the night, they're going to get credit for being here. Now we're going to finish the race. So there's a whole ton of racers still out there. We go back to this high keypad view. You can see all these racers, like they're either lost in the woods and dead, which is just a joke. We don't leave anybody behind. We didn't curate this as to who actually showed up tonight. So a lot of these people didn't show up. So what you do, you just go and you finish the race. So down in the lower left, you say race control. Sorry, let me do one more thing here. So here we are on the finish list. See sequence number 14. If I touch on the green hour to the right, I click on that. And now what I have to do is fill in all their information. So this is something that you could do during the race, looking at the night of registration people. Select the wave, it's 5K. The age, they were 35. The gender was female. What's required? Team name, that's not required. Distance, name's going to be required. So we typed edit on the name. All right, and now I think if I try to click back, if I didn't get everything that was needed, it'll hiccup. Now I go back, and you can see we entered in Sarah Smith. So this can be done during the race if there's a downtime, or you would do it after the race in the results list, which I still have to kind of test a little bit. So here we go. We're all done for the night. We go to race control, and what we're going to do is finish the race. And there's a lot of people out there. It's going to say, what do you want to do? There are unknown racer entries recorded. You should assign these via fast tap view before ending the race. Okay. So on one hand, after the race is completely done, what the person operating Webscorer then has to do is say, hey, give me the night of registration people, and they'll just go one by one. So now I have to fill in this one. Number 5, they're 18 to 34, the age, 21, the gender. And you might wonder why do I have to put in the name and the category? Well, because the two aren't linked together. And then if you click back on, so all racer information, continue editing. Oh, I have to put in the wave. They were doing the 5K, not the cadet, so we put that in, race timing. Good, so now we filled in Joe, and then you really just have to do that for every blank. You can either do that before you finish the race, so you can see the time's just running at the time, at the top. It doesn't really matter, it can run as long as you want. We could consider using a keyboard. We have like an external keyboard to attach. But let's try this. I'm thinking afterwards we go to the race results and we can edit these and add them back in. I'm tired, I want to go home. I'm finished timing the race. I'll fill in the rest of the night of registration information into the start list, or it'll be the finish list later on. So finish list, yes, we already saw this. I want to finish the race. Anybody that didn't start, what are we going to do to them? We're going to say DNS. DNS means you didn't come. You don't get credit for being here. So we're going to mark them as DNS. Boom, off it goes. And now here's our results list. So the results itself, now we can edit from here, I think. And we'll maybe try to edit one and then go and post the results. So here's our results. And if we need to fill this in, here's number 8 in sequence that finished. We can fill in that information. They were 31, and their age category should be 18 to 35, the gender, male, and now the name, it was Nate. This person didn't give us any more information than Nate. So that's what goes. Now we go back and you can see Nate got filled in. And then, you really just need to fill in all of the blanks. You can see all these DNSs. So the DNSs, I think we can hide when we post the results on the web. And then I think you can even edit those once they're posted on the web. But we fill in all of those blanks from the night of registration. That's probably the bulk of the work. And then, now we go back to view results. And then we say post results. And what we're going to do, the sport was correct. The name of the race, COFC running race, V2P start list. Now we're going to post to Webscorer private. We could post it public. I'm going to post it private. When we do a real race, we'll post it public, but these are like not real results. So I'm going to post it private. And here we go. You can choose a photo. Uh-oh, my photos are going to be embarrassing. Here, we'll pick this little guy. And then race note, test only. And then post to webscorer.com. And now it's putting it on webscorer.com, which is where we'll link people to. And if we go, let's just click view results on web. Let's see if it works. Because it's private, it might give me an error. I made it private. Oh, good, there it is. So here's the race results. And now that the results have been posted, you can click in to each of these categories. So again, the category is just age. We're not doing categories by gender currently. And if you click on overall, then it gives you the overall results. I think there was another really good link on the right-hand side. Edit. Oh, here. So there's edit results. View print complete. Yeah, so I tapped on that view print complete, and now we can see the overall, and then you can see the 5 and under. So this is the view that we usually post on the web. If we were going to send a link, this is a good one. You can also print this page to a PDF, put it in a folder, or whatever. I'm going to come back here, and the last thing I'm going to do is click Edit Results. And here we had some blanks still, right? So 247, they're blank. Let me see if I can edit that. Oh, look, so I can name, I need another name, Fred. I like Fred. Team, gender, category, we'll do 65 and over. Where was age? Oh, that's interesting. Age is not on this. I guess you could even change their start and finish time. Now I'm going to hit save and close. And there's Fred. So I edited the results. I added Fred. He's male. But his age is missing. I wonder why we can't edit his age. Yeah. And then here at the top it says add racer. So we could add somebody to the results too. But there's Fred. We'll go back. I'm going to refresh this page. We should see Fred. Yeah, there's Fred, 65 and older. He won his category. So you can edit the results before you finish the race, after you post the results, after you finish the race, before you post the results, and after you post the results. I just need to check on why I can't enter his age. I'll have to Google that. So that's Webscorer run through for Catamount running and bike race. I think it's going to work awesome.